Today I'm really excited to tell you about my Send Letters zine. I made it in 2014. It's been living in this mooncakes tin from 2014 since then. It's gone with me from Boston to Denver to Connecticut. It was probably one of the first really large by volume projects that I completed. I did it in my last year at art school, and it involved making 150 to 200 of these handmade paper envelopes. I don't know if you can, you can totally see those swirls that are on the envelope. Those are actually from watermarking the paper during the paper making process. So from the kozo fiber, dry fiber, to then being hydrated and pulled apart and cleaned and pulped, to then being made into paper in the form of these envelope shapes that I made a form of after cutting a special watermark template to have the beautiful swirls. Then I folded and glue sticked together all of these envelopes because I had made this zine, Send Letters, and the idea of sending letters is really important to me. I almost wrote my thesis about it, which is maybe like a story for another time. But I think sending a letter is such a beautiful way of connecting with someone that you care about deeply. And you can do so over great distances and safely. And every time you get a letter, it makes you smile. Especially a handwritten letter. Those are really, really special, and they become treasures, and they become points of connection. I have people, dear loved friends in my life that I'm so happy to have a letter writing practice and relationship with. They're like pure love in paper form. So this zine is all about sending letters and has some reasons you might want to send them. But it's very short. It's just like a 6-page mini zine that was a bit of a collage process on this envelope that arrived to the library I was working at the time. And it had this amazing stamp on it. It said sea mail, which I had never heard of or seen before ever. And I'm like quite into these postal things, so that was exciting. So anyway, I have 40 of these left out of 100. So really, most of them have gone to new homes, which is exciting. And I gave a lot away, which was really a meaningful part of this process too. To friends, to past professors who became dear friends, everyone that I really wanted to continue to have a connection with. And many of you, which are those people too. But if you don't have one yet, or if you want to get one and then send it to someone that you want to send letters with, that would be awesome. So these are up in my shop. Each one is a zine, this Send Letters zine, in a handmade paper envelope with a red string tied around it and stamped with a forever stamp in these beyond perfect postage stamps that just happened to be available at the same time that I was making these. Like, I've never seen these stamps since then, and I'm really sad because they're my favorite of all time. There's different stamps, and you can't select which one because it's just going to be the luck of the draw, but I think they're all great. So they come in a little archival plastic sleeve, and they're all tied with a bow or a red string of fate, and technically they go through the mail too. it's a thing that you could do. I have done it. I've tested it. It works better if you put a piece of tape like over the address because the paper is really soft, and going through the mail machines, it can get a little like fuzzed up and then obscure the address. But it works. And they are the right size to mail. They are the smallest legal size you can mail because I looked that up before making them. But super cute. And I'm still so proud of this project and really happy that I put the time into it then so that I can continue to share this with people now. And if nothing else, think about writing a letter today. Think about writing to someone that you wish you've heard from and that you haven't, or maybe someone that you can't deliver the letter to anymore, but who you miss.